Maayong buntag mga kanutrisyon! Ako si Mary Blaze Joy Iguana, ang inyong Nutrition Officer 1 sa National Nutrition Council, Region 7. Welcome sa atong usa na usab ka oras nga panag-uban aron isaulog ang buwan sa mga kababalian. Inubanan sa atong tema, We Make Change Work for Women. Kuwana, laban sa pandemya. Kaya! Daghan gyud sa atong mga viewers no ang makarelate tiining buntaga kung diin ato na usab hisgutan ang nagkalain-lain nga topics about women. Kami usab magpasalamaton no sa atong mga viewers nga kanunay gyud ni gahin og oras alang sa pag-uban kanato nining atong matag buwan nga eHISGOT Live, which stands for Educational Health Information Sharing Geared Towards Development. So karong buntaga, mas maghisgutanay na usab kita kabahin sa saktong nutrisyon, healthy food choices, and lifestyle via the National Nutrition Council Region 7 Facebook page. Again, welcome everyone. So at this point, let us formally start the program through a prayer, and this will be followed by the singing of the national anthem. Eternal God, thank you that you are the God of faithfulness. You are the foundation that enables everything we build to stand. You have given gifts to every woman here to bless and serve each other. You provide all your daughters with gifts to carry out the missing ways have this distinguished for us. As we remember March as Women's History Month, we thank you for all the cherished women in our lives, mothers, friends, relatives, co-workers, and neighbors. God, may women across the globe continue to be empowered knowing the love that you offer. God, as we gather together as women today, we are grateful that you are in our needs in everything we do together. We pray that our eyes would remain on you and we would listen carefully for your voice. O Lord, Heavenly Father, thank you that all blessings and joy flows from your hand to us. We ask that you bring healing to every woman here who is feeling broken. We ask that you bring joy to every woman here who is feeling sadness. We ask that you bring faith to every woman here who is experiencing doubt. May we be filled with your love and your spirit. We ask that you bring joy to everyone, and may your peace, which surpasses all understanding, guard our hearts and minds in Christ Jesus, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiging sa sigananan, alam ng puso sa dikit mo'y butay. Lupang pinirang, kaya ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka masisigil, sa nagalang tugon sa simoy at sa langit mo pagaw, ay hinatang tula, awit sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isa Patawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iindig. Bakit tuwing nakaroon niya kailan pa may mag-iindig? Kung mga araw ng maraming pagsikap, langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pagkay pag-aapi, nakamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Once again, good morning and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining with us today. Hello to all of our viewers from Central Visayas and different parts of the country. This month, the National Nutrition Council Region 7 celebrates National Women's Month as tribute, platform, and call to action that highlights the extraordinary roles of every Juanas in our society. This celebration is also a venue to discuss and address the issues that women continue to face so empowerment can be fully achieved. In the Philippines, Proclamation number 227 S 1988 served as the legal basis for the annual national campaign on the observance of the month of March as Women's Role in History Month. This episode shall highlight on women's empowerment for nutrition and nutrition for women during pandemic. Importante sabyod no nga ato ang hatagan og importansya ug pagdaig ang matag kababaihan nga dako gyud og papel sa matag komunidad ilabi na gyud sa panahon sa pandemya. Bida si Juana sa panahon ng corona. And of course, we are encouraging our dear viewers to please stay with us until the end part of this live event. Aduna kitay mga exciting nga mga notices no kung diin kami mopili og mananaog based sa saktong tubag nga inyong ihatag. And of course, we will be giving out certificate of participation for those mo answer sa atong pre-test, post-test, and evaluation form through sa link na gipin sa comment section. And by the way guys, ang ato ang pre-test is gihatag na siya before sa atong activity karong adlaw. And makita sab ninyo no ang link sa atong pre-test via the National Nutrition Council Facebook page. So the post-test and evaluation will be pinned down sa atong comment section also. And everyone, we have invited distinguished guest speakers to join with us this morning aron maka-share sila sa ilang expertise and knowledge based on the topic karong buntaga. And also, we will have an open forum which our speakers will answer your posted questions in the comment section. And aduna sa kitay mga few reminders alang sa atong mga viewers palihog sunod sa atong COVID-19 transmission precautions. Make sure that your location is well ventilated. Maintain physical distancing bisan pag-unsa nato ka-close mga kanutrisyon, especially if there are a lot of people in the conference room. And please always wear face masks and face shields, wash your hands and sanitize your belongings, including your cellular phones. And of course, practice cough etiquette and avoid touching your mouth, eyes, and nose. And most especially, importante gyud kaayo nino to stay hydrated and eat healthy. And by the way, kung aduna mo'y mga pangutana mahitungod sa atong diskusyon, please comment in the comment section or you can directly send us a message sa atong official Facebook page here at National Nutrition Council Region 7 or NNCVRII. Alright, so at this point, to officially commence our program, we will be hearing a welcome message to be given to us by a very empowered woman who passionately and actively leads the coordination and implementation of nutrition program here in Central Visayas. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all give a hand to our very own Regional Nutrition Program Coordinator, Dr. Parolita Letlet Amichon. Hello, Dr. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Bless, and of course, maayong buntag sa tanan, especially to our esteemed speakers who will be properly introduced later. Of course, my good friend and partner in public service since her student years, Miss Leslie Comiso Magalso, our CDU faculty member, Miss Jocelyn Maya Hinobania Ruiz, Of course, sa ato ang mga pinalanggang FB Live viewers, maayong buntag ninyong tanan. Ug akong panghinaot nga luwas ta kanunay ug nga atong mga pamilya niining gikahadlukan nga COVID-19 virus. Apan kayang malikayan basta relihiyoso lang kitang nagsunod sa mga standard health protocols pagpugong sa iyang transmission. We at the National Nutrition Council Region 7 are delighted to welcome you virtually nining atong ikaduhang hugna sa atong eHISGOT or Educational Health and Nutrition Information Sharing geared towards development. Adapting to the new normal, kini nga online health and nutrition promotion project aims to create awareness on the special role of nutrition in the management and prevention of diseases and of course maintaining good health. And for this month, being a National Women's Month, we are focusing on women empowerment and its critical role that women play in nutrition and development. This virtual forum aims to create awareness on the important responsibility of women in ensuring the health and nutritional well-being of her own family and of course the family nga under sa iyahang watch and influence. Mauna karong buntaga nag-invite og mga experts para pagtabang nato aron masabtan nato unsa giding women empowerment for nutrition ug unsa ang nutrition sa mga kababayen-an panahon ning pandemya and beyond, no? But specifically ang kaning tigom karon or kaning educational offering karon nagtungo nga mapa-increase ato ang knowledge labi pa sa ato ang mga netizens sa kaimportante sa nutrition sa ato ang mga kababayen-an. Hopefully, maka-encourage ta sa ato ang mga local government units nga maglakip ug at least usa ka woman-centered nutrition program projects and activities para sa women empowerment ug alang sa atong maayong nutrition outcome sa ato ang tagsa-tagsa ka mga komunidad. And lastly, maka-advocate ta og saktong nutrisyon alang sa atong mga kababayen-an labi ning panahon sa pandemya. Matod pa sa World Health Organization, being a man or a woman naa siya significant impact sa ato ang kahimsog tungod sa lain-lain nga mga biological, gender-related differences. Ang kahimsog sa atong mga kababayen-an ug ato ang mga kabataan nga babay ang atong naay special concern or particular concern. Kay lagi sa daghang society na disadvantage naman gyud nidaan ang atong mga kababayen-an nga ma-rooted nato sa ato ang mga socio-cultural factors such as mga unequal nga relationship between men and women ug iyang mga kasinatian mga abuso no nga nasinati sa uban natong mga kababayen-an ma-physical man, sexual ug emotional violence. Kaning atong 2021 Nutrition National Women's Month activity sa National Nutrition Council Region 7 nagsilbi ni nato nga pahidungod or tribute alang sa ato ang mga women leaders in nutrition, no? Kay labi pa dinhi sa kaning nutrition manggod is a caring profession ug daghan sa ato ang mga nutrition managers and workers, labi pa ato mga nutrition action officers, mga district, city, municipal nutrition program coordinators ug mga barangay nutrition scholars, mga kababayen-an man. So kanisab siya ato ang paagi aron ma-highlight nato ang extraordinary roles sa ordinaryo nga huwana alang sa kalambuan pang nutrisyon, isip mga trailblazers o forerunners para sa kausaban labi pa sa isgutanang nutrisyon. Ang nutrisyon sa kababayen-an vital ni siya or importante kaayo isip cornerstone sa ato ang kahimsog. Ang atong mga kababayen-an, just like the men counterpart, nagkinahanglan o nag-enjoy ni siya nga dapat ma-enjoy niya ang mga lain-laing klaseng gustong pagkaon or healthful foods, no? Gikan sa ato ang 4 basic food groups, and of course ato asad ni tan-aw niini, no, ang mga nutrient needs ato ang mga kababayen-an sa lain-laing yugto sa iyahang kinabuhi ug kani usab mag-change or naay kausaban gikan pa sa iyang pagkabata hangtod sa iyang toddler, adolescent hangtod mamahimo siyang teenager and of course mahimong adult o mamahimong elderly woman. So karong buntaga ang atong kalihukan naka-anchor gyud sa ato ang nasudnon nga tema nga we make change sa work for women and naasad siya sub-theme nga Juana, laban sa pandemya kaya. Isip nitong kasaulugan nag-highlight no sa kaimportante sa women empowerment in nutrition ug nutrition in emergency. Labi pa kay maunay ato ang focus pag-ensure sa kahimsog yun sa ato ang mga komunidad ug mga pamilya aron mamahimo kini nga pandemic resilient or ato ang mga LGUs ug atong mga pamilya mamahimong pandemic resilient labi pa niining panahona. So sa ngalan sa National Nutrition Council Region 7, ako mong gi-welcome tanan alang ning natong ikaduha nga episode sa eHISGOT bahin sa Women Empowerment for Nutrition. I wish nga kitang tanan ma-inspired ug ma-empowered pa further para atong i-pursue ang ato ang collective nga goal nga ma-improve gyud nato atong nutrition landscape here in Central Visayas apan dili nato hikalimtan ang ato ang unique o mga distinct na mga concerns o issue isip mga babay. So with that, daghan kayong salamat sa inyong pagtambong karong buntaga ag stay safe and healthy everyone. Mayong buntag pag-usab, over to you Miss Bless.
Thank you so much, Dr. Letlet Mission. Indeed, we are very privileged and honored to be led by you in achieving the goal of improving the nutrition landscape of our region. Indeed, importante gyud kaayo no nga atong i-ensure ang kahimsog sa atong matag komunidad, ilabi na gyud sa atong mga kababalinahan. So sa dili pa nato usugdan ang atong main event, atwa usang paminawon og sutaon ang mga commonly asked questions gikan sa atong mga viewers.
Matod sa World Health Organization o WHO, ang sexualidad adunay epekto sa sitwasyong panglawas o kahimsog sa usa ka tawo. Sama sa mga lalakinan, labaw nga mahinungdanon usab ang paghatag og saktong nutrisyon sa mga kababayenan alang sa mas hapsay nga pagkabot sa usa ka produktibong nasod. Ang kahimsog labi na alang sa mga kababayenan, kinahanglan nga mas labing bantayan tungod sa daghang mga hinungdan sama sa pisikal, emosyonal ug uban pa. Aduna usab espesyal nga mga panginahanglan sa nutrinaw sa kababayi labi na sa matag yugto sa iyang kinabuhi tungod sa mga kabag-uhan nga iyang masinati samtang nagtubo. Ang atong hisgutanay karong adlaw sa programang eHISGOT magtuki isa ka saulugan sa 2021 National Women's Month. Kini magsilbi nga plataporma aron atong mahibaw-an ug mas mabantayan pa ang ilang mga panginahanglan labi na sa panglawas ug pangnutrisyon. Apan sa dili pa kita magsugod, ania ang mga opinion gikan sa mga nagkalain-laing tawo sa tibuok rehiyon kabahin sa mga katungod sa matag kuwana.
Importante kaayo. Importante kaayo kini karon tungod sa atong panahon nga nagkatubang og krisis. Mauli na ang atong pagbasol kung ano nang matabo sa ila.
Kini importante aron masiguro ang ilang maayong panlawas o sa ilang pagdako.
Kung ang babayi adunay kasayuran kabahin niini, dako ang tsansa nga iya pud kining paningkamutan nga maserbi sa tibuok pamilya aron padayon ang pagkahimsog ug layo sa sakit sa tibuok pamilya. Sa mga nagsabak-sab nga mga kababayenan, kung ila pud kining mabatunan or mabatunan ang maayong nutrisyon, so dako kaayo pud ang katigayunan nga sila ang mga anak ug himsog nga bata.
Isip pagsuporta ug masiguro ang kahimsog sa among mga asawa mao ang pagpalit o pagpreparar sa mga pagkaon na taas og sustansya sama sa utan, prutas ug bitamina.
Importante ang pagkagahin o suporta alang sa nutrisyon sa mga kababainan, sa mga inahan, tungod kay unang rason, ang mga babayi nakita na gayud nato nga multiple burdens sila. Pangaduha, aron ma-perform ilang mga functions nga mas maayo o maayo sad ang ilang mental health, dapat maayo ang ilang nutrisyon. Among inubanan sa among mayor, nagahatag kami mga programa nga alang sa mga kababayenan nagpaprotektar sa ilaha, lakip na niini ang sa maayo o insakto nga nutrisyon.
ug mao kadto ang frequently asked questions gikan sa atong mga viewers nga atong hatagan og katin-awan ning ilang mga maundanon nga mga pangutana no pinaagi sa ato ang mga distinguished guest speakers niining buntaga. Kay balumi nga daghan pagyud og mga laing pangutana ang atong mga viewers nga nakig-uban nato karong sa ato ang programa no. And by the way, shout out di ay ko sa ato ang mga viewers nga naa sa Barangay Hawa, Valencia, Negros Oriental. Hello mga mothers, enjoy watching. Alright, so and now we are going into the main course kung sa pagkaon pa ang unod aning atong programa. With us today is a social worker by profession, bachelor and master's degree holder, a woman of faith and character, and she is also a happily married, and the community involvement program coordinator of St. Teresa's College, Cebu. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome our guest speaker for this morning. It is with great privilege to be joined by Miss Leslie Comiso Magalso to discuss to us on the topic Women Empowerment for Nutrition. Good morning, Ma'am Leslie, and welcome. Over to you, Ma'am Les.
Yes, good morning Miss Bless and good morning sa tanan nato nga naminaw nato ron no nagsunod nato via live streaming no. So I'm very happy to be part of eHISGOT second edition, and of course no this is a continuation of the advocacy that we are doing every Sunday. So I'm your game master no sa atong Nutri Game appeal na, but today I will be sharing to you about the thing that is very near to my heart. It's about women empowerment. So something that that truly matters not only to us women but to the entire universe, no? So let me start no my presentation. So empowering women is the key to economic growth, political stability, and social transformation. So that's my first slide, I think. Okay. It is good and fitting that we included this topic on understanding the context of women empowerment for nutrition in this forum, as we are in the celebration of the National Women's Month, and still we are in the COVID-19 pandemic. Let me start with a simple definition of women's empowerment. So, women's empowerment is promoting women's sense of self-worth, their ability to determine their own choices, and the right to influence the social change for themselves and others. So, dako kay tagmahimo no if we are empowered as a woman. And women's role in nutrition is greatly seen by breastfeeding their babies, providing meals for the family, and making up majority of the workforce employed in food processing, manufacturing, healthcare, and education. And these functions have a very crucial role in implementing health and nutrition policies. So well said in the rationale by, of course, no, our director, Doc Letlet Mission. Let me take you to a review unsay nahitabo no sa panahon nga atong na-eksperyensya karon, and especially the challenges faced by women during the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as relating this to food and nutrition security. Okay. Number one, women grow food. This is referring to women who are in the agricultural sector. And now, of course, some women are into urban greening and some are into doing their kitchen gardens as well. Women are a key and yet often invisible part of the food system. Women are 43% of the farming workforce in developing countries like the Philippines. But how is COVID-19 challenging women growing food? So, number one, there is this increasing burden of care. Even in the regular year, women are already working more hours a day than men. So, daghan makarelate ni ani no sa ato ang mga kababayan ang naminaw karon. And to my dear students also who are with us. Caring for Children collecting water, preparing food, cleaning the house. Women do 76% of the unpaid care work. COVID-19 is increasing women's caregiving burdens because children and elderly are at home at this time, and women also are most likely to be caring for the sick. Then second is reducing access to information. Many women rely on informal person-to-person networks to get access to information. COVID-19 related mobility restrictions and social distancing are compromising this kind of information sharing. And third is closing access to markets. Normally, women has lower access to resources, meaning they produce only 20 to 30% less than men do. So it worsened during the COVID-19 pandemic. Then another is that women buy, sell, and prepare food. So we know very well this is a reality. We are the one doing marketing, cooking, and through to all globally, women do 85 to 90% of the cooking. So all who want us around can relate to that. They also do most of the grocery shopping. Women invest more of their money in buying food than men. In most contexts, women are also almost entirely responsible for child nutrition. Cooking and feeding the family are often considered to be profound part of women's work. How is COVID-19 impact on food system likely to have a bigger impact on women? So what are the issues under this? Lowering mobility. In many countries, women already have lower mobility than men, often requiring permission to leave the house. And of course, we are restricted, because we do caregiving burden. So nahabilin permi si Juana, at home because we are left to care for the children. Then there is this decreasing immunity. What is this? When a crisis hits, a woman or women are usually the first to start eating less or eating last to make sure that the rest of the family members can get enough to eat. So this is a reality. And raising risk. So pagtaas sa risgo. Women are also facing higher risk of gender-based violence and sexual exploitation as food quantity and quality decreases, and the stress goes up, especially when many men consider inadequate food preparation a justifiable reason to abuse the wives. And what are the economic impact also of COVID-19 to women? Again, there is this greater burden of domestic care work. Women's ability to do professional work is limited due to the time they spend on domestic work and care at home. This is true not only in the Philippines but globally. Then there is higher rates of job losses. More women employed in the hardest hit sector, leading to greater job losses and unpredictable incomes. In one of the session I attended, by World Bank, they mentioned that even in the United States, recession is dubbed as she-cession, meaning most of the sectors hit by the close down are those run and mostly with high number of women employed. So there is this reduced financial independence and future prospect. Without financial independence, women and girls are likely to have lower decision-making power. So we can relate to that, especially those who are earning have the decision-making power. And now we look into also the healthcare system, the impact of women to the healthcare system, the healthcare system impacts for women. So there is this increased risk of frontline health workforce. Globally, 70% of the health and social care workforce is female. The nurses, the doctors, the social workers, the nutritionists, the pharmacists, and of course, they have greater risk of contracting COVID-19. And the reduced access to vital health services and exclusion from potential COVID-19 treatments. And there are a lot of services also for women, clinics that are being closed, no? At this time. Then, fifth is health and well-being impacts on women. So, there is this increased risk of pregnancy-related deaths and teen pregnancies. So, of course, if they wanted to go to the hospitals and the clinic, they are restricted because of their mentality, no, that they might get COVID-19. And some fears would be in the, of course, no, kinahanglan sila magpa-rapid test. And then, dili sila, of course, no, hadlok sila magpa-rapid test. So they just opt not to go to the clinics. Teen pregnancies are also expected to rise as a result of school closures. Teenage girls become pregnant. And there is these spikes in sexual, physical, and domestic violence and exploitation. National lockdowns leave women vulnerable and at risk from others. There is a surge of domestic violence that has been reported across the globe. Let me mention about this one that I have read about Scotland. Vulnerable women report being asked for sex by the rental landlords in Scotland, okay, in lieu of rent. Those are the realities we are facing while in this COVID-19 crisis, putting unprecedented pressure on women, their rights, food security, and their nutrition. But women can also be a powerful actors to solve the problem. So how? How can we work with women to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 crisis to our health and nutrition? So I would like to challenge the local government units listening, and of course line institutions that can help. These are already existing programs that need to be continued and strengthened. Number one, we need to intensify programs to protect, promote, and support optimal breastfeeding, age-appropriate complementary foods, and feeding for infants and young children, and related maternal nutrition, using all opportunities to include key messages on COVID-19 symptoms and infection prevention and control measures. Hopefully, the barangays will do this. And I would like to commend also Barangay Kamputhaw for partnering with us, St. Teresa's College Alumni Association. And that can be replicated also with other alumni association. My students from USPF is also listening and with us now, and all the others who are from Visayas and Mindanao, Ensure safety of current nutrition programming to reduce potential infection in undernourished children. Their caretakers and staff by hand washing with soap, physical distancing, and intensive messaging and communication to the community. Third is intensify efforts to strengthen the capacity of mothers and caregivers to detect and monitor their children's nutritional status. So this is very good venue to educate our caregivers, and also the barangay health centers are doing that. We can expand on that. And fourth is the one that is very near to my heart. We need to build back equal. So what does this mean? We must consider women's rights and empowerment as an essential element of COVID-19 response and a long-term resilience, not a trade-off between immediate crisis response and a long-term goal of women's rights. Okay, despite what we are going through now, we need to have this in place. But why is women empowerment important? Okay, so I hope you are seeing my slide now. Why is women empowerment important? Empowering women is essential to health and social development of families, communities, countries. When women are living safe, fulfilled, and productive lives, they can reach their full potential. Okay. Women are essential part of the solution. As countries strive to build back better from the pandemic, women and girls nutrition must be front and center in the global 19 response plans. Prioritizing women and girls nutrition will not only decrease the death toll of the pandemic, it will also set a generation of women up for good health, fully realize cognitive development, and better education. Again, so women are for good health, fully realize cognitive development, and better education, and higher earning potentials. These three critical outcomes of good nutrition make nutrition an essential tool in the fight for women's rights and empowerment. Good nutrition protects the girls even before they're born and sets them up for lifelong health. Again, we are in this together, no? Nutrition is particularly important in the first 1,000 days between a woman's pregnancy and her child's second birthday. So the first 1,000 days, no? When there is a unique window of opportunity during which nutrition intervention have an outsized impact on the rest of the child's life. Infants and toddlers who receive good nutrition catch fewer and less serious cases of diarrhea, malaria, pneumonia, and other diseases. As they grow, they are less vulnerable to obesity and non-communicable diseases such as diabetes. Nutrition interventions are also key to healthy pregnancies and reproductive health. Women who are well nourished during pregnancy are far less likely to join the women who die from preventable causes related to pregnancy and childbirth every day. Additionally, access to good nutrition is the key to allowing girls' brains to develop fully, affecting how well women and girls perform in school. The impact of nutrition on the brain is astronomical. Children who remain well nourished have up to 18-point higher IQ than their malnourished peers. Girls who are well nourished do better and stay in school longer. Finally, malnutrition also has a huge impact on women's employment and earning potential. Children who are well nourished are 33% more likely to escape poverty as adults. Okay. Better nutrition is cost-effective way to provide women with important tools to support their efforts to claim equal rights. We are now in this generation, no, where you can see a lot of women leaders, but we continue to expand and of course, no, to promote. We are not looking at our partners, no. We are not looking men as less of us, no, or perpetrators, but we are looking at them as our partners in development. Now more than ever, nutrition interventions take into account gender inequalities are critical to making concrete and long-lasting improvements to the status of women and girls around the world. Intervention in nutrition yield one of the best value for money. So, maunay taas kaayog return of investment, no, ang nutrition for women. Results in terms of economic returns is very well established. If governments invest in women and girls' nutrition now, a generation of women will be empowered to actively drive forward future economies, leading to a fair and a more equal societies where everybody can thrive. So that's my takeaway, no, for this 2021 National Women's Month celebration. So daghan kayong salamat and happy Women's Month to one and all.
Daghang salamat, Ma'am Leslie, sa pag-share sa imong kaalam, no, on women empowerment for nutrition. Daghan yun sa atong mga kababayinan ang makarelate ni Ani. Hopefully, sa manako, daghan sad mo og takeaway and learnings and mga realizations na pwede nato magamit sa adlaw-adlaw nato nga mga kinabuhi. Indeed, importante gyud kaayo ang women empowerment, ilabi na gyud sa krisis nga ato ang giatubang karong panahon na. Bida si Juana sa panahon ng pandemya. All right, so at this juncture, we will be also hearing another sharing from our next speaker. But before we will proceed, let's have first our Nutri Quiz number 1. So andam na ba ang tanan mo tubag sa atong Nutri Quiz o muhatag sa ilhang sakto nga tubag sa atong comment section? All right, here you go for our Nutri Quiz number 1. What is this year's National Women's Month theme? Letter A, kababaihan gabay sa pagtaha sa tuwid na daan. Letter B, women weathering climate change, governance and accountability, everyone's responsibility. Or letter C, we make change work for women, Juana laban sa pandemya, kaya. O kaha is that letter D, I am generation equality, realizing women's rights. So ayaw nagdugay-dugaya pa mga kanutrisyon, i-post na ang inyong sakto nga tubag sa ato ang comment section and get a chance to win an exciting prize. Alright, so for our Nutri Quiz answer, number 1 is letter C, kinsa kaha ang ato ang maswerteng unang mananaog karong buntaga. Alright, so aduna na kitay winner, no? So, for our Nutri Quiz number 1 winner is congratulations to Miss Raya Faith Luce. You are our first winner for our Nutri Quiz number 1 karong buntaga. Alright, among gihangyo si Miss Faith to please send a message in our Facebook page to claim your prize. Alright, no? So, once again, congratulations. At sa atong mga viewers, ayaw mo kabalaka, doon na pakitay sunod ng Nutri Quiz nga mo abot sa middle sa ato ang diskusyon. Just stay tuned. And of course, ready ang atong mga tubag sa atong pangutana. Alright, and of course, since we talked about women empowerment for nutrition, we will also be tackling nutrition for women, especially in this time of health crisis. Kaya balog yung tanong ang atong mga kababayinan, dako gyud ni og role, especially sa panahon ning health crisis. So now, let us dig deeper on the nutrition for women during pandemic to be discussed to us by our next speaker. She is a product of the University of San Carlos, a registered nutritionist dietitian, and currently a faculty member of the Department of Nutrition and Dietetics from Cebu Doctors University. Our dearest viewers, please help me welcome. It is with so much honor, and we are grateful to be joined as well by Ms. Joycery Mia Hinubanya Ruiz to give us the depth discussion on nutrition for women during pandemic. Good morning, Ms. Joycery, and welcome. Take it away, Miss.
Hi, Miss Liz. I hope you can hear me. Kadungog mo na ako. Okay, thank you. I would like to thank NNC7 for the invitation and to Doc Carolita Mission for, of course, recognizing her earlier. And to everyone who's watching right now, salamat sa inyong pagtanaw. Namo diri, we know nga importante para sa inyo ang nutrition, especially karon nga pandemic. So, to keep it short and sweet,
Hi, Miss.
yes.
Yes. Hi, ma'am. By the way, ma'am, medyo hinay lang akong volume. Siguro ako ang increase ang atong volume, ma'am. So, our viewers could clearly hear sa ato ang maanindot kayo ng mensahe karong buntaga.
Okay, I think Miss, can you hear me? That's right. I think it's because of my microphone. Miss Bliss, sorry. Okay, so I think it's good now. So akong i-share akong. So our topic, no, I'm glad that I was invited by NNC for this to talk about the nutrition for women during pandemic. So kita tanan no, our life stopped no, not only for women but for everyone else nga ni hit ang COVID-19 sa ato. Um, I would be very happy to share no kung sa kung nahibawaan for nutrition, and that will be easily applied no as a woman. So katong gidiscuss earlier was the effect of COVID-19 natong mga women, and for my discussion kay simple and sweet but hopefully knowledgeable no. So for me, an empowered woman is a healthy woman. So dili pwede nga empowered lang ta but ang atong panglawas is um, ubos or luyata. So an empowered woman is a healthy woman in terms ng physically. So dapat physically active ta, dili magluya-luya, dili ta kuwang sa tulog. Next is of course mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So kani nga mga factors dapat mo na siya mo complete no as a healthy woman or an empowered woman. Especially no, mo complete nimo as an empowered woman is dapat nutritionally healthy food ka no to take care of the people we love or to take care of our family. Dapat kita mismo as a woman is healthy food ta. Okay, and the best way no to um at least to be healthy no, nutritionally dapat kay baluta mo um kabaluta mo ila sa ato ang mga gipangkaon no? Ato dapat i-share sa atong family dili lang kita-kita. So very important no to be a healthy woman. So kato physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and nutritionally. No? In terms of the nutrition part, dapat kaibaluta sa Movaba. So kaning Movaba, guys, meron siya inyong matiman-an all the time. No? Ang Movaba, ano siya giingon nga, dapat sa atuang pagkaon, especially karon nga pandemic, dapat naatay moderation, naatay variety, o naatay balance. So unsa man ang moderation na dili tanan pagkaon or dili tanan healthy nga pagkaon, mora sad na imong kanon. Kay pirmi ka mo kana, for example, kay balo ka nga ang apple is healthy, but apple lang imong pirmi gikaon, dili pud na siya maayo, dili pud siya kompleto sa nutrisyon nga imong kailangan. Next is atong kaunon dapat lain-lain, variety. Dili lang usa ka pagkaon, walay usa ka pagkaon nga maka-give sa tuwa sa atong mga kinahanglanon nga nutrients. No? Dapat ang atoang diet is daghang variety. Dili lang ingon nga usa ka pagkaon ra gyud imong i-focus kay mo na giingon sa imong nga importante, mo na giingon sa imong nga healthy. And of course, lastly is to practice balance sa atong gikaon. Kung na may day nga makakaon tag mga bad food item or not healthy food items, but at least mabawi na to kay ato man siyang taplan sa healthy nga mga food items nga atong include sa ato ang meals. So, key to remember not only in the pandemic, no, even before pa lang, nag-eskwela pa lang ni, or bago pa lang ko wala palay pandemic no, ang kanang moderation, variety and balance kay gitiman-an na ginanato as a woman no, dili lang karon nga pandemic but gi-practice na siya sa una pa lang dapat. So mo na dili kayo ma-appreciate sa uban nga women no, kanang dili sila tungod kay siguro busy sila as a mama, kita man tanan, even if you're a housewife, dili man a housewife lang, it's a work, it's a 24-hour job gani sometimes to take care of the kids, to take care of the family no. Kung kita pud uban nga maestra ba ka, you're a nurse, you're a pharmacist, nag-office work ka, you're a sales lady, you are an empowered woman no? Dili na because you're not called empowered woman because of your status or your career or whatever you do in life that makes you an empowered woman, but you are an empowered woman kay because you're doing your job na, you're doing something, not only nga housewife lang ka, you don't call yourself housewife lang ko. So here you can apply nutritionally no, to be able to be a healthy woman. So always remember you are an empowered woman. To complete you have to be healthy. You have to be healthy for your family, for your friends, and not only nga mismo ikaw dapat i-share nimo ang imuhang kwan sa imong family. So karon you can apply moderation, variety, and balance not only to yourself but also to your family. No, ma-share nimo sa imong friends. So katong wala nakatan-aw today. So Movaba, so it's MOVA and BA. So Movaba ra na ang ato ang term for the food items. So if you're practicing or you want to change your diet or something like that. Okay? So next, so karon kay few tips lang. Kay we only have like short nga time to for me to share. Siguro kung we have all the time in the world at usa-usahon tanang pagkaon, tanang tips na pwede na to mahatag, but we're time constricted today. Yeah, I want na dali ninyo ma-remember na ma-entail sa inyo hang ani din ni ang dapat buhaton or mao din ni dapat na kong timan-an when I'm doing including things to my diet. Even gani karon kay daghan kayong nauso nga mga diet nga uban kay musud lang because kabalo kadungog sila nga ani daot akong friend ani or mao ni nakakuan niya naka-low sa iyahang blood sugar not knowing na dili day tanang diet mo work sa usa ka tawo mo work day puna nato. So lain-lain man ta og ang ways, lain-lain og pag-adapt ato ang lawas sa mga diet, sa mga pagkaon. So I have few things lang for you guys nga dali ninyong ma-remember, hopefully madali kay ninyo mabutang sa inyong hunahuna. So here, my number one recommendation, mismo dili lang siguro ako, bismo even your doctor will tell you or inyong habang uban your friend and nutritionist. So, number one, siguro for me, that will be very useful for the pandemic, no, to help us na dili ta masakit, dili ta layo ta sa mga sakit ng bakulang. So number one is we should include no or increase intake of fruits and vegetables. I think nasulti ni ganina even sa katong video nakita na to nga the intake of vegetables and fruits should be at least included. Nganong akong gi-or ang include or increase. So number one is of course if dili kay kahingaon og vegetables. So nalay uban dia nga pilian kayo og vegetables na it's not too late. Dili pa kayo late for you to be able to include vegetables in your diet. So katupod nganong gi-or nako okay katong mga people pod nga ganahan lagi og vegetables and fruits but panagsara kayo mukaon sa ilang diet kay it may be not available, kuwang ang supply, kuwang ang pagpalit or wala gid nag-prepare or dili ganahan mag-prepare but mukaon sila vegetables. Ang accessibility lang ang wala sa ilaha. Tingalig dili magluto sa ilaha. So sige dili na lang pud ko mag vegetables kay wala may giluto. So what I recommend most of the time is simple naman to no, dapat mas visual mental we are visual learners kitang mga tao mas dali tang makatun kung makakita ta makahibalo ta nga mao din example ani. So karon ang ako i-recommend most is to look at the rainbow because that is your way to know kung unsaon ninyo pag-eat og healthy. So to address no to have this how to include or increase your fruits and vegetables, just look at the color of the rainbow. No? So any shade or any color alike to the what a rainbow is, okay, pwede ninyong kanon. So you can have purple, you can have green, you can have yellow, orange, at least nakita ninyo current sa picture nga. It's anything corresponding to the colors can be useful to your diet. Very, very useful to your diet. Okay? So, karon if nga ana naman nga include mo and increase pila man gyud di ay ang normal or ang ipuno na po sa akong diet nganong kailangan man ni present pirmi. So kita mo go back ta no as simple as the following the pinggang Pinoy. So akong gibutang is for adults 19 to 59 years old but it's also applicable no sa women. Dili lang sa women mismo sa inyong ban. So this is how our plate should look like every time we eat no. Kitang Pinoy dapat unta nin ani kay kani nga plate gidisenyo ni para sa atoang panginahanglanon. So dapat katunga sa atong plate no you can see diri katunga sa atong plate dapat na glow foods. So unsa may example anang glow foods? Mao na siya ato ang fruits and vegetables. So dili ra ka kailangan mo palit og mga mahalon nga vegetables o prutas. Anything na naa mismo sa imong backyard pwede nimo include sa imong plate. Kung sa fruits food ta, makita na to 1/4. So dili usa ka whole nga pakwan but at least a slice or 2 slices of pakwan pwede nimo include sa imong plate. You can see another at least to complete the plate no pwede ta leafy vegetables mapalit na to diya sa merkado or so at least na you know how to include or increase the intake. So mao na ilahang gi-promote pud sa Women's Month no kanang term nila gisulti nga increase din mo sa inyong fruits and vegetables, especially sa mga mama nga nagpasuso or sa mga buntis, to increase your immunity. Kaya dili pwede nga masakit mo kaya it will affect the development of your baby or ang safety sa inyong gi-breastfeed nga baby. So at least include, no, kanang plato na tong pinggang Pinoy, it should be applied breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So at least no, we encourage in the breakfast nga magtaon siya tag fruits and vegetables. Kung so, ito pinaka-available sa ato di na ta kailangan mo palit na ng mga mahalon nga vegetables and fruits. So at least ma-apply na to diri ang moderation. So nakita ninyo ang moderation dapat katunga sa ato ang plato no at least 1 to 2 slices of fruit or piece of fruit ang atong kinahanglanon. Variety. You can see ana inyong pinggang Pinoy pwede ra gyud alang lainon ninyo in a day. Dili lang puro saging na lang mo tibok sa semana kay tulo ka bangan ninyong gipalit. You can at least divide, pwede ninyo alternate, pwede ninyo daghanon ang variety sa inyong fruits available, especially if you're growing your own fruits or vegetables in your backyard. And lastly, balance, of course. You can see the plate is divided into 4. So 1/2 is for glow foods. Familiar naman yun kayo, no? Gitudlo na sa to pag elementary. Go, grow, and glow foods. Okay? So next, to ensure good nutrition during the pandemic, we recommend no most of the nutritionist dietitians, even no makita ko posters NNC or other departments of government na promoting nutrition kay they really promote iron-rich and calcium-rich food items for women, especially for women. So dili lang nato i-neglect, no, dili nato kalimtan nga mo include in ani kani nga mga nutrients kay these are very important sa ato ang mga babay. So if dili man nato available ang mga iron-rich foods no kay tingaling kuwang supply or layo ta sa palitanan, pwede ninyo pangutan-on moadto mo sa health center bagang kinana sila supply for iron and calcium no ay panghatag lang if ganahan mo nga mo include ana sa inyong diet. But to be informed lang no kung unsa man gid ning mga iron-rich foods kay nganong importante man ang iron-rich foods kay of course kita babay riglahon ta no? So kanang iron useful kay na siya sa ato ang dugo mao nay magpapuwa magpalig-on sa atong dugo magpakanindot sa atong dugo which is the one circulating sa atong body. So kung mopalya atong dugo pwede ta magkasakit-sakit. So mao nang importante kaayo ang iron sa ato ang diet kailangan ma-include na to. So sa may example aning mga iron-rich foods. So very common no sa ato pangutan ninyo inyong mga mabaron nga tiguang or ang inyong kuan nga ang kanang iron from atay, liver, kidney, pwede kayo na ninyo ma-include sa inyong diet. At least usa sa usa ka semana or kaduha sa usa ka semana pwede kayo na ninyo. As long as wala mo'y mga problems, gout, baron, or arthritis. Karon kay mora pud lagi na ilhan ang atay ra pud lagi kunoy na iron not knowing ba nga naapay daghang food sources for iron. So kanatong seafood pwede kay na kanang pusit, kanang shrimp, kanang shells, clams, pwede kay na ninyo ma-source of iron. So at least nga makatabang-tabang. So pwede kay dili man ingon nga permente mo magninana. So, sige lang mo seafood, papulaan pud ta. So at least variety. So other food items no kanang mga green leafy vegetables. Pwede ta mag-alugbati ato include ang alugbati. Sweet kamote tops pwede kain na ninyo for iron-rich food items. Other food items that are rich in iron can also be your nuts, your kidney beans, mga munggos, beans, and other types of beans. Daghan pa man kita ang klase nga beans, garbanzo beans, and some pinaka the best way siguro to get iron for me is to eat egg. No? So, ang egg is like a very good food item. So dili ra na siya simple lang kainuman sana. So if wala ra mo gibati sa inyong lawas, for example, wala mo sakit-sakit ng kasing or um, wala ra tay dili ta high blood, dili ta sa cholesterol, you can safely eat no one egg every day. So kitang mga babay pwede kay ana sud ana to include in the morning. Kay at least we are getting the iron from the egg itself. So simple na kayo na naka-check na ta og iron, naka-check na ta egg daily. Kung wala lang mo, dili lang mo taas sa cholesterol or dili mo tandugunon og cholesterol, pwede ka ninyo to include at least one egg every meal. Oh, every day, sorry. One egg a day is okay. So, mo na siya itong i-remember. Okay. Sunod, ang calcium. Calcium is important for the development of the bones. Kita ingon mo nga ang bata ay kailangan og calcium. No. Mismo kita, dagko na atong bones nga sige ko na siya. Og not really grow that much compared to atong bata pata or nga dagko kay no makita niyo every year nga mudako ta. Our bones are still supporting us. No? So, mo nang kailangan tag calcium kay mo na siya mo feed in sa atong bones. Mo na siya kailangan sa atong bones to be functional, to be strong, to be able to help us do no kung sa atong mga buhatonon in daily. So what are calcium rich foods? Tingali gatas ra pud atong hibaw ano, so very common misconception magud sa food items sometimes. Okay, there's only like 1-2 sources of that nutrition or that certain vitamin or mineral, not knowing nga daghan pag gyud ay kaayong sources of food items. So you can check on calcium. So it's commonly present no sa gatas, sa kanang mga milk products. So pwede sa cheese, pwede sa daghang naman klase nga cheeses. So pwede kayo na ninyo i-open up, no? Pwede ninyo i-consider. So other sources aside from the milk and milk product like your cheese, pwede mo, you can check on nuts, almonds, you can check that. Pwede mo check with chia, itong na mga ganahan mo includes in diet. Also green leafy vegetables. Also uban dili kay balo ani, but one great source of calcium from food items is dilis, sardines. So pwede kayo na ninyo i-include sa inyong diet. Kung dili ta kay balo nga ang calcium ay pwede din makuha na to sa dilis. So at least include na sa inyong diet. So karon we can even get calcium from eggs. So eggs can mostly complete food. That's why it's really good. Pero dili po na to pasobrahan ha nga. It means nga good di ay ang egg kay mo include na dahil tag 5 in one day. At least an egg a day should be okay for your diet. Next is next recommendation from me, no? Not only from me but also maybe from other dietitians and healthcare professionals na gusto mo help nyo during this pandemic. So we have make sure that to hydrate well. So drink enough fluids. So I think na-mention sa ni earlier. So ako rin expound ang giingon nila ganina. So number one thing to ensure no hydration, proper hydration. So ininom ra kog tubig but not knowing the quantity of the water that they are drinking. So best choice pag yun si water. Anything that you eat, best choice to pair si water. So at least when you wake up, no, pwede ka nganong na clock in the picture kay we should learn how to time the moment, or at least we know when to drink our water. Kay uban kay mo underhydrate sila kay wa sila giuhaw. To let you know that ang kanang pagkauhaw is actually a late sign of being thirsty. Kanang wala ta kay balong ay uhaw na gyud kay ita, wala ta kay balong na dehydrate na, especially right now it's really hot no, the weather, ang klima na to murag nag-usab na siya dili para sa una nga pwede ra gyud bugnaw siya during the day, even gani in the morning kay medyo init na siya gyud. So karon kay para to let us know no kung kano sa tamo inom, you can time your drinking water. At least if you drink like 2 liters a day, so recommended mangud sa ato ang mga babae at least 1 to 2 liters per day. That's 10 ml or 10 glasses of 200 ml of water. So imagine lang 200 ml. So kanapo mo dapat mo inom og 200 ml to fulfill the 2 liters a day. So the more ka magsige og move or the more ka mo gawas, the more ka mo lakaw, of course kailangan nimo og tubig. Also for pregnant and breastfeeding mothers, so kana sila mga uhaw kay na sila, you can at least increase your water intake, especially if kanang super hot ang weather. It can be useful to time. No? Pwede mo mag-time every 30 minutes, pwede mo tubig, or every 20 minutes, depende sa inyong pagkakaw. So at least two, no? Sa women, recommended na to mo inom of at least 90 ounces, so that's around 2 liters of water daily. So, very effective way sad ka. Gusto mo track sa inyong water intake is to buy no 1 liter nga sudlanan, and then you can check no if you can really finish like 2 liters a day. So at least man lang kay balo mo sa inyong nahurot. Kung kamo dili kay mo tubig, but we will also be considering no, the other types of fluids nga inyong i-drink. You can enjoy water nga inyong i-infuse, no? Pwede mag-lemon, pwede mag-ginger. You can also include juices, smoothies to your diet. So, ganan mo fruit, di mo ganan mo eat sa fruit, but you like drinking shake or smoothie out of it. It can still be counted no as your fluid throughout the day. Pwede ninyo siya include. Pwede mo include 1 glass of fresh orange juice or shake baron nga milk lang inyong gibutang and then the fruit, so pwede ka na siya. Also, coffee and tea, they can be included no, as fluids. Just be careful not to overdose, not to drink too much coffee because coffee can flush out nutrients. So at least 1 to 2 times or 3 times the most siguro in a day. So ay uban studies mo ingon nga 6 times okay ra, but to be safe lang, to be on the safe level, at least 1 to 2 or 3 times of 3 servings or 3 glasses of coffee or cups of coffee daily. So, pwede ka na karon kay uso na ron ang mga infused water. So, they include like lemon, they include cucumber, they include ginger, and other herbs na they can enjoy it sa ilang tubig kay para na ilami ilang tubig. Wala naman ko, but you can at least get na the nutrients sa paghumol ninyo sa tubig. Just be sure to replace it after pila ka hours. Dili niyo siya ihumol for more than 12 hours kay mo batik na ang lami sa inyong water. So at least, and hydrating properly is the main key para dili mo magsigi o crave o mga food items like pandemic beron, so whatever inyong ganahan kanon is on the tips of your fingers na, so anything you can order online. So dili para sa unang it will take time for you to buy the food item, kailangan pa mo go dito, but right now everything is accessible. So if you hydrate yourself well, sige mo inom og tubig, you enjoy tea no sa imong day, by the end of the day or when you start your day mag-tea na mo, so you will feel full no kay dili man mo hydrated man mo, dili man mo hungry, you won't think about other food items kay importante man ta nga hydrated. So just be sure not at least finish at least 2 liters a day. Kato mga dili hinginom og tubig diha, at least you start right now, you can buy like big bottles siguro kanang 1 liter nga bottles para makita ninyo na after 4 hours pila na di akong nainom nga tubig. Mana siya importante when we're doing, no, if we're tracking our hydration. So next, I think this is second to the last step, move more. So kita when the pandemic strike, no nga, everything stopped. Si COVID ray naka-stop sa everything na itong gipang buhat in life. Atong trabaho na putol, some shifted to work from home, others didn't get the chance to work again after even karon. So atong school, atong studies na hunong. So everything just stopped. Everything murag, even the airplanes that used to fly wala na sila kalupad. So tanan halos ni hunong because of the pandemic. But it doesn't mean nga kita pud mohunong pud no. Babiwan na tay gawas-gawas before you were working in a maglakaw ka going to work, so nabaguan nimong lawas, not doing the usual routine that you're doing before no. So karon nga pandemic ka, supposed to be pagsugod pa lang sa pandemic you have already built no a habit of moving more. So dili ra mo ta kailangan kinauso to sa una ka na mag-jump rope, mag-yoga and everything. So dili ra ta kailangan guys, kung dili ta kailangan nga mamalit gyud ta og daghan nga equipments para lang maka-exercise ta sa balay. Dili ra, moving more doesn't only mean nga we will buy palit kag treadmill, elliptical machine, palit kag jump rope, palit kag unsa pa na mga pang stretch nimo din magamit nimo. you as simple as stretching in the morning, as simple as doing at least 30 minutes no, a day of light exercise. So karon accessible ka, you can search YouTube or even Facebook sa mga simple exercises nga mabuhat nato sa balay. At least 30 minutes kita mga babae, we recommended 30 minutes a day of um, moving or even um, doing na activity. So, pwede mo mag-walking around the house or sa imong backyard. Kaya dili man ta pwede mo gawa. So, pwede mo mag-walking. You can see sa picture na nag-stretch ako siya sa iyang anak. So, pwede kayo nag-follow ra sila video sa internet. So, karon after ana imong stretching in the morning or kung gahin ka ba baron of 30 minutes or 15 minutes at least no of activity gipaningot ka in the morning, you will prepare throughout your day. Kay tungod man narata sa balay no, daghang kitang mga hunahunaan so we can clean. So kana day mga chores na to sa balay like for example washing the dishes or um, cleaning no kana manglimpyo mo sa inyohang kuan. It should count. So it counts as your activity. So, apil na siya sa pag-move more nimo. So, at least enjoy your chores at home. Do not, as a woman, no, kikita magigit sa ligan. So, kung sa pataka career woman, we're more inclined to do the cleaning at home. We're more inclined to arrange things. No? Dili tam, tanaw na ito nga gakatag mo arrange, of course, especially if you have kids or toddlers. Baron isa lang ka agi ana sa imong toddler or sa baby kay matumba na dahil na tanan imong gipang arrange. It will take time for you to do it again. So, kana the chores that you do at home also counts as your moving more or your activity. So imagine if makahuman ka o panglimpyo, mag-mop ka, and manghapnig, that counts no, as moving more. At least gipaningot ka and magawas nimo ang mga bad nga singot nga that will cause you illness. So it's encouraged to move at least 30 minutes a day. So on top of the cleaning and then the happening of the stuff that you have at home, you can give 30 more minutes no, to do stretching or special exercises if you're targeting no, kana mag-cardio mo inyo develop inyong cardio baron. You can at least 30 minutes. Pwede mo mag-search og mga videos sa internet. Daghan kay ng videos magtudlo ninyo unsaon pag-exercise. Ang inyuha ra gyud is ang pag-exercise ra gyud, ang pag-move ra gyud ninyo mao'y kailangan. I think this is the last recommendation that I can give, I can share. And I think here ko mo dig deep, mo dig more kay this is not commonly practiced nato mga Filipinos. Kay siguro we're thinking everything is accessible mong good niya. Pandemic hit niya. Ay, nana dito dit natakagawas dayon stop ta sa to ang usual activities. Mismo pagpalit na to food before lisod no when during March or April maglisod ta gawas kay one day pass, one day ra ang ihatag sa tuwa. We can't go into certain stores kay gilimit ang tao, they even close no ang uban. So here, my last recommendation for the pandemic to ensure no good nutrition is of course, you have to learn how to meal plan and meal prep. Dapat ang meal planning is not only an option to us, no, to women. Dapat kita kay baluta di lang ta kay balo muluto, guys. Dapat mga women di lang ta dapat kay balo muluto, no? Kay kita magyud ang saligan sa kusina. At least we know how to meal prep and meal plan. So unsa may difference sa meal planning and meal prepping? So kung ikaw, this is an example of a simple meal plan. So imong imong igahinan og time nga imong planuhon ang imuhang breakfast, lunch, dinner, even snacks for the whole week. So, as simple as papel, pwede nimo i-take note ang days like this one. Makita ninyo sa inyong screen, guys. Hopefully, makita ninyo na naa siya Sunday to Saturday. So, ang buhaton ninyo is to know the certain sudan baron or vegetable dish or other na gusto niyo include ana nga day. So sa may purpose ani. So para ang purpose ani kahibalo mo kung unsay palitunon ninyo. So when the pandemic hit, di man ta pwede magdugay na sa grocery. So uban kay limited kay makasulod no like 30 people lang sa sulod sa grocery kay bawal ang magpaduol og maayo. So at least when you know how or what you will prepare for Monday, for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, ilista na ninyo daan ang mga ingredients or mga food items na kuhaon ninyo. Okay, ingon man to si Miss JM nga kailangan i-increase ang fruits. So inyo po i-take note sa inyong Sunday, sa inyong Monday na, okay, watermelon for lunch, apple for dinner. So at least kay balo na mo kung, for example, you're a family of 4, kabalo man mo nga 1 serving of apple, so pwede upat ka apple akong ibaton for Sunday. So you will list down the food items or the ingredients that you will be needing. So you are hitting actually 2 birds with doing meal planning. Kabalo na mo how your week will look like. Kabalo mo sa paliton, makabudget mo. Next thing is di mo magpataka og order throughout the week because gigutom na mo niya, wala mo naka-prepare kung unsa inyong lutoon. Instead na magluto unta mo gulay, ni order na lang mong pizza kay dugay kay mo naka-decide kung unsay kanon ninyo because you didn't plan ahead. That's why very important to dili na ta ni siya option na to, especially kita nga women were dedicated to be kita ang handle sa household, especially anang cooking and eating and what type of food items do we eat. So kana the more we meal plan, the more we practice meal planning, the more nga ma-achieve na to ang atong ganahan nga food items no ganahan to ma-include. Tendency man gud if you don't plan, kuha lang ta, decide kay kung decide lang ta. We're more tactless, we're more keen to buying food items no nga dili na to kailangan kay tungod wala ta ga meal prep, ga meal plan. Okay? So kanang meal planning should be an option. If you want to practice meal planning, at least you start with 3 days lang sa kung lisudan pa mo 1 week, you can start with 3 days. Ya inyo din siyang isunod sa day nga mangumpra mo. Kung napatay other areas here nga wala pa kaayo na open sa public no, so they still are encouraged to go out once a week lang. So at least na nakay-listahan unsa imuhang pamaliton. If you're eating for a family of 2 or family of 3 ra mo sa inyuha, you know unsa kadaghanon ang mahurot sa imuhang bana, unsa kadaghanon na mahurot nimo, unsay kadaghanon nga mahurot sa imong anak. So you are picturing out no kung pila di akong kailangan nga apple karong semana, pila di akong kailangan nga malunggay karong semana. And then it will really take out the creativity out from you no. So maluto nimo ang mga food items or dishes nga dili nimo palutuon sa una kay di man ka magunahuna. So sige ra ka og prito kay gadali ka, wala kay plano. So puro na lang prito ang imuhang lutuon. Sige na mo adobo sa inyo ha. Because you don't do meal planning. Ang nakandot sa meal planning, you can distribute no karon magmunggos ko Lunes. Sunod adlaw mag-utan Bisaya ko. Ini ka Wednesday kay mag sinigang ko nga isda. On Thursday kay mag chicken afritada ko. On Friday kay mag ginisang kuan ko ginaling. Saturday Sunday kay nilatan ko kay Saturday Sunday my family is complete and everything. So when you meal plan, you know what to cook, you know how to cook it, and you know kung unsa kadaghanon ang imuhang lutuan because you're thinking ahead. It's good to meal plan at least a week. So if you're practicing pa right now, you can do 3 days if you want and then proceed to 1 week afterwards. So naiuban na to, no, when we meal plan, we do meal prepping. So unsa may naka-different what's the difference between meal plan and meal prepping? Sa meal plan igo ra ka magsulat. Sulat ka sa imong panginahanglanon, sulat ka sa mga ingredients, and then on the day, you know, for example, Sunday magluto kag nilatan, ato nimo imo i-prepare ang ingredients for nilatan nimo. So mo na siya meal planning. But for meal prepping, naiuban nga super busy, no? So kana mga, for example, if you shifted to work from home, it will take for example, 8 hours with ka maglingkod sa computer. So, what's good about meal prepping is ang imuhang giplano nga pagkaon on that day is nakaluto na siya daan. So, most of the meal prepping is done sa Sunday, no? Kaya wala may trabaho Saturday, Sunday. So, ilan ang lutoon daan in a big batch and then ilang lang ibutang og mga containers. So, kami sa mga we eat, no? Tulo raman mi sa balay. So, on Saturday nga mugawas ang usa na mo to buy of course mga ingredients. For example, on Sunday kay nakatali sa mo nga magnilatan ni. We make a big batch of it. So mga pang tulo ka kananan. So pwede na mo siya kanon on Sunday, on the day nga after naluto siya. And then ang sobra na mo ato is we divide it into 2. Pwede na mo siya kanon on Wednesday and then the other one is on Friday. Because they keep longer man sa freezer. So importante po na when we meal prep, dapat natay mga containers or we have proper containers and then we have freezer para dili kayo dali madawat atong food items. So, mura to siya example nako, no? You can do nilatan, you can do other dishes. Si vegetable lang medyo bati siya i-meal prep, no? It could be better, best option for vegetables, especially kay mga utan, is to cook them on the day nga inyuhang kanon to keep the freshness of your kuan, to keep the freshness of your vegetable, to keep mga crispy pa inyuhang mga vegetables dili siya lata. So, meal prepping is applicable no sa kanang mga ma-meal prep ninyo nga items. Meat, uban fish, if ganahan mag-meal prep daan. So, at least you know the difference between meal planning and meal prepping. If you want to learn more about meal planning, you can check online daghan sa examples. And ako ang example earlier is actually very simple. Napanay uban no nga they really give the food items or give the dishes na appropriate for meal planning. So if mangutana mo sa inyong nutritionist or sa inyong dietitian, daghan sila example nga mahatag for meal planning and meal prepping. So, mao to siya idea sa meal planning and meal prepping. So, to recap lang no for today's my discussion. It's a bit short. I wanted to keep it short and talk para at least you have time to digest afterwards. So number one is of course increase your fruits and vegetable intake. Remember the rainbow when you eat fruits and vegetables. Okay. Next is we have to include iron-rich foods and calcium-rich food items to our meals. No, at least kabalo na mo ron sa few examples of iron-rich foods and calcium-rich foods. Kabalo mo sa importansya sa iron and sa calcium sa ato ang body. We have to drink more. No? Kung karon maghurot na mo, feeling nyo makahurot na mag 1 liter a day. It's time for you to increase the fluid intake na inyong kailangan kay tungod nga kailangan sa inyong body nga hydrated. No? Being thirsty is actually a late sign na it's actually a sign of you being dehydrated na. So it's good to keep water around you. Pwede mo magbitbit og bottle. So kung mato mo sa sala, magdala mo bottle, magdala mo glass of water. Next is you have to move more than you think that you're moving right now. Okay, dili mo mabantayan ang time na you're sitting in front of your computer or nag-cellphone lang mo sa sala for like 1 hour. Wala mo kabantay nga, wala mo. At least 25 minutes after mo nag-sit down, you can stand up, to stretch a little, or do exercises and do your household chores. Lastly, you learn how to meal prep and meal plan. Para if kabalo na mo meal plan or mo meal prep, kay you won't need us, no? Kay kabalo naman mo. You can apply it not only to yourself, no? Kita woman, dili lang kita atong hunahunahon. We also think about our family, our friends. So ato i-share sa ilahang atong hibawan. So kung ikaw magluto ka through meal planning and meal prepping, you can teach your co-women, no? Kung kita patong wala nakahibalo to meal prepping and meal planning. So I think that's it for my okay, stay safe lang mo guys. Thank you again for watching. Thank you again for inviting me NNC. And I hope na daghan mo nakatunan. At least mga few items na no. Kaya kung tinudon yun na to nutrition counseling, siguro mapitan tag mga 2 hours just for one nutrition counseling. Please.
Thank you so much, Ms. Joyce Serene, for sharing your expertise and knowledge on nutrition for women during pandemic. Daghan gyud mi og nakatunan no ang mga takeaways sa ining buntaga. Indeed, women plays a huge role in the age of our society, and giving importance to their health must be one of the priorities. Importante gyud kaayo no nga healthy nutritionally. So everyone, at this point, we will be having our Nutri Quiz number 2. Andam na ba ang tanan nga muhatag sa ilang saktong tubag sa comment section? So andam-andam na mga kanutrisyon. Here is our Nutri Quiz question number 2. What vitamin do women need who are planning to become pregnant to ensure the proper growth of their unborn child? Would that be letter A, folic acid, letter B, thiamine, letter C, niacin, or letter D, cobalamin? I-comment na ang saktong tubag sa comment section mga kanutrisyon and get a chance to win an exciting prize. Alright, so kinsa kaha nga atong ikaduha nga mananaog, maswerteng mananaog karong buntaga. No, for our NutriQuiz answer, it's letter A. So congratulations, no, for our NutriQuiz winner. Congratulations to Miss Chari V. Luna Ostero. Congratulations, Miss Chari. Please send us a message in our regional National Nutrition Council Facebook page to claim your prize. Alright, so doon na din kita yung mga reminders, mga ka-nutrition. Please don't forget sa mga ni-answer sa pre-test. Please i-answer usab ang ato ang post-test of evaluation forms through sa link nga gipin sa comment section for your e-certificate of participation, which will be emailed to you right after this activity. Alright, so at this point, we will be entertaining questions no related to our eHISGOT episode on Women's Month. Og ang tema, We Make Change, Work for Women. Juana, laban sa pandemya. Kaya. We will be joined again by our speakers no this morning for a short open forum kung diin atong entertain ang mga questions gikan sa ato ang mga viewers. Alright, so I think naanak tayo mga pangutana, no? For our question number 1, unsaon kaha pag-empower sa community, labi sa mga babae na musuporta para adunay maayong nutrition outcome. So siguro ato ning ihatag ni Ma'am Leslie. Yes, Ma'am Leslie.
Yes, thank you kaayo Victor no for that very good question. So unsaon man nato pag-empower ang kababayan? So usa ani ang insaktong kaalam no paghatag nato community education. That is very important that eHISGOT is here to really put in place no sa ato ang kababayan unsay insaktong mentalidad kabahin sa insaktong nutrisyon. So sa ato nang giingon kaganina ang kababayan nato maugyod na no siya ay nagdala og bida in relation to nutrition no kay siya man lagi sa base globally gyud na 80 to 90% of women siya gyud ang nagluto siya nagdalag pagkaon no sa panimalay anya siya pud ang nagkulma sa klase sa mentalidad sa ato ang pamilya unsay mga pagkaon nga ato ang gustuhon. So even ato agaling nang balikan sa atong balay ang influencer kay nato sa choice of food ang ato ang mga mama no? So mauna ang insakto gid kay nga pag-edukar diha sa community is a very good tool to empower the women in the community. So atong padayunon ang ato ang kausa no sa pagpadangat sa insaktong impormasyon. So sa ato ang speaker kaganina no well said ang iyahang mga inputs nato on nutrition.
Yes, indeed. Oo. Yes, Ma'am Leslie. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that, Ma'am. Indeed, sakto din, Ma'am Leslie, no? O, pili lang dito tawag atong gi-invite na stay tuned para ato pang makuha ang mga nagkalain-lain na saktong impormasyon. Alright, so for our next question, from Miss Mary Jessa Vergara, Ma'am, I noticed that some people are following the LCIF or low-carb intermittent fasting diet. Is this okay for weight loss? So siguro ito ni ihatag ni Ma'am Joy Survey, no? Kini ng pangutana. Take it away, Miss.
Okay, thank you, Miss Jessa, no? It's actually very di siya common but really known karon no nga time. Daghan kayong nag-advocate siguro sa Facebook, you can see daghan kay mga posts na nidaot sila no. Abra kay 1 month, ni-lose din sila 10 pila ka pounds. 5 pounds baron dayon just for practicing low carb intermittent fasting. So katong mga wala na kay balo ang low carb intermittent fasting kay paano siya dili mo kaon og carbohydrate food items katong mga rice, pan, pasta, ilan na nang gitangtang sa ilahang diet. And then ilang giparisan og intermittent fasting. So kung na intermittent fasting, it's fasting so dili ka mo kaon sud sa 16 hours. So naman tay 24 hours a day, gi-divide siya no 16 hours dili mo kaon and then 8 hours lang diha na sila mobawi sa ilang gikaon. So kanang low carb ilang gi puli sa carbohydrate no para daan gyapon sila kanon is kanang mga fatty food items. So sila mag-enjoy sila nga puro pinirito, mukaon sila og itlog baron tag tulo ka buok kay tungod sa yolk kay fatty food item na siya. So instead nga kanon puro ra jud fat and protein ilang gikaon. So instead na energy nila is from carbohydrate. So karon mahimo na siyang fat. So kana siya nga diet is gigamit na sa mga nutritionists. It's been studied nga gigamit siya for epileptic patients sa una pa lang. So if you don't have the disease, no, dili mo epileptic, why are you practicing low carb? Kay tungod daw mudaot sila. It's actually true, midaot sila, but we don't know the consequences in the future. Kay there's no wide study pa for intermittent fasting and low carb dieting. So katong mga ni-succeed siguro karon, limited kayo ilang food item for low carb, no? Limited kaayo, imagine nimo ang ilang makaon kay kuan ra pinirito, itlog, sige balik-balik. Not like kita nga maka-enjoy ta. Di sila mukaon og fruits, di sila mukaon og vegetable, kay high in sugar and carb man na siya. So if you're not, siguro ang katong uban, no, mobalik sila sa ilahang timbang if mobiya sila sa low carb intermittent fasting. It's not stable, it's not doable for everyone. Siguro sa mga uban nga tao kaya nila din amo ka og rice, pero unsa pa may energy magamit nila sa ilahang body. Yan. Miss Blair.
Yes, thank you so much indeed. Sakto gid ang imong giigod, Miss Joyce Reno. And I think daghan pa unta og mga pangutanan no ang mga viewers this morning, but however, we have a limited time. But don't worry mga ka-nutrition, we will still answer your questions through our Facebook page or you can send us directly a message. So sa dili pa kita mo tapos nining atong online forum, ato asang pangayuan o hinapos nga mensahe ang atong mga resource person karong buntaga. And by the way, may I remind our dearest speaker also, Leslie and Ma'am Joy, to please ato lang siguro ipaduol ang ato ang speakers atong microphone aron clear and kuan dita loud nga madungog sa atong mga viewers. Yes, Ms. Leslie.
Yes, Miss Bless, and of course, I would take this opportunity to congratulate National Nutrition Council Region 7 for this eHISGOT program. No, this is a new tool for us to reach out to our communities, no, and to empower women, to empower the communities to know to have the best nutrition outcomes, no, for the community, especially the children. So atong gi-emphasize kaganina, no, the role of women, especially in the first 1,000 days ni baby, starting from the onset na pregnant si mommy until 2 years old si baby. That is very important and very crucial in relation to cognitive development. And of course, that cognitive development of the child will bring the child farther in relation to unsa na siya inikadako niya, no, lead also to more opportunities for the child later on to engage in the kind of development that we are aiming for. So that is this is very timely. And I would like to address one question, no, from Zet Zalado. I will just include in my extra. Is there a difference between feminism and women empowerment? Basically, my answer is that the end goal of feminism is empowerment. So basically, there's not much different, no, difference. When you say feminism is contained within the notion of equality of both sexes, no, men and women. So that is also the goal of women empowerment, no. Which is the goal to reach for women empowerment. So thank you, Zet, for that question, and I hope you will do more research about feminism and also women empowerment. Para na ako manggod, no, there's no much difference on that. It's how you bring yourself and how you include the other sex also in relation to development. So mauna siya when you say men and women are equal partners in development. So in relation to nutrition, kinahanglan si mamag si papa magsabot pud na sa klase sa mga pagkaon nga dalhon diha sa inyong panimalay, no? So daghan kayong salamat, and I hope you will continue to be with us, no, as we continue the Nutri Game up till na every Sunday. And of course, no, we'll have more questions in relation to us learning more about nutrition and being healthy. So, Miss Ginobania kanina, Miss Ruiz kaganina, no, was telling us, eat in moderation, variety, and balance. So, mauna siya pirmi ang atong hinumduman. And as we celebrate the National Women's Month, of course, no, we empower more women across the globe yun, to bring about the kind of health for our people. So, daghang salamat.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Leslie, no? So, ato asang kuanan si Ma'am Joy Serene for your closing message, Ma'am.
Okay. Thank you again to NNC. I hope nga dili lang siguro ni para sa women, no, dapat ang atong mga bana, mga pares, mga uyab, brothers, we should empower sa the women, no, nga mo kung sila man gid help sa ato. For women lang to be empowered, no, you cannot give something you don't have. So develop sa on yourself to be physically healthy, physically, spiritually, mentally, and lastly, of course, nutritionally before you can share it to your family. So dapat sa imong self, i-build sa imong self, and then you can be able to share it to others. Daghang kayong questions pa, but to sayang ang time, sorry na extend gamay. Kudos to National Nutrition Council 7 for doing this one. Very informative, no? Especially nga ang atong audience. Most of the people right now are just at home, naglingkod lang. So, it's a best way to utilize the time. Dili lang ta magsige lingkod, magsige og tanga-tanga daw mas at least nga na information. It's passed from one person to katong mga natan-aw karon, they can share it to other sa ilang mama, sa ilang sisters, or sa katong wala nakatan-aw. At least na um, passing of information from one person to another. Thank you again, NC7 and Doc Miss Sean, for inviting.
Thank you so much, Ma'am GM, no? And Ma'am Leslie, sa inyong mga maanindot kaayo nga mensahe, and for joining us this morning. As our way of expressing our gratitude, we are presenting this certificate of appreciation to Miss Leslie Comiso Magalso. Let me read the citation. Certificate of appreciation is hereby given to Ms. Leslie Comiso Magalso, RSW, in grateful appreciation for sharing her knowledge and outstanding service as one of the guest speaker on the topic Women Empowerment for Nutrition during the monthly virtual episode of eHISGOT in celebration of 2021 National Women's Month. Given this 18th day of March 2021 in Cebu City, Philippines, signed by Regional Nutrition Program Coordinator of the National Nutrition Council, Region 7, Dr. Carolita Declaration. And also, same certificate with the same citation is also given to Ms. Joyce Serene Mia Hinobanya Ruiz on the topic Nutrition for Women During Pandemic with the same signatory. Again, our heartfelt gratitude to our eloquent and distinguished guest speakers for joining with us this morning. Ma'am Joy, Serene, and Ma'am Leslie, thank you so much. And thank you one and all for being with us this morning. We are inviting you to please like and follow our official Facebook page here at National Nutrition Council Region 7 or NNCVRII for more nutrition updates and to get daily dose of nutrition and healthy tips. We are inviting you again also next Friday, no, for another live and interactive session on My Pika sa F1K and other offerings only here at National Nutrition Council Region 7 Facebook page at NNCVRII. This has been your host, Mary Blease Joy Iguana, your Nutrition Officer 1 of the National Nutrition Council Region 7. Always remember, women make change. Stay empowered. Good day, everyone, and stay safe.